Hello everybody, and welcome to the Daily Splat. Today is video number 17 in our series of 20 reviewing the English Premier League season. Today, Tottenham Hotspur come under the microscope. So, Spurs, under Harry Redknapp, came into this season having just missed out on the Champions League the year before with the goal of getting back into the Champions League, obviously, with certain players maybe getting itchy feet, a certain Luka Modric in particular, who was linked heavily with Chelsea, really wanting to go there to play European football. Tottenham dug their feet in there and they managed to convince him to stay. They brought in Emmanuel Adebayor on loan to try and help them out up front and obviously ease Manchester City's striking problems. Tottenham were ready and raring to go, and they promptly had a bit of a bad start. Their first game of the season, they were beaten by Manchester United 3-0. Their actual scheduled first game of the season against Everton was postponed due to the riots in London. And then their second game of the season, their first home game, they were promptly thrashed 5-1 by Manchester City. So, not a good start. However, Tottenham rallied, and boy did they rally. They had a tremendous first half of the season, including a victory over Arsenal in the derby, 2-1, thank you very much. Van der Vaart and Kyle Walker with the goals in that one. And by Christmas time, dare the Tottenham fans believe it, dare they whisper it, they might be in the hunt for the title. Yes, certainly, they were keeping up with the two Manchester clubs, United and City, and were really in a position where they could have kept going in the title race. They'd already been knocked out of the Europa League, much to nobody's chagrin, really. Harry Redknapp saying, not really that interested in it, Gov, that sort of thing. So, January, February, Tottenham, who've been playing some of the best football by this point, come to a crucial match against Manchester City at the City of Manchester Stadium. They go 2-0 down with about half an hour left to go. They then pull it back to 2-2, and at this point, I think this was the tipping point in their season. Had they won this match, they would have put themselves in a really good position to push on and have a lot of self-belief that they can actually claim a title, rare as that is for Tottenham Hotspur. But sadly, they lost, conceding a penalty late on that was converted by Mario Balotelli, who, having used Scott Parker as a doormat a little earlier on in the match, many suspected shouldn't have been on the pitch. But anyway, they were beaten, and then other news started to come through. Harry Redknapp was in trouble for, he was going to court for tax issues that were involved in his time as manager of Portsmouth. He was getting distracted by that, and then, of course, once that was all cleared and he looked set to carry on at Spurs, Fabio Capello resigned from the England job, and suddenly everyone was saying, oh, well, Harry Redknapp is definitely going to be the next England manager. It was rumoured, obviously, with Capello already going to step down after Euro 2012, that Redknapp would replace him after the tournament, but now Capello had walked, the space was there, and Redknapp was, pretty much the leading candidate in most people's eyes. Funnily enough, Tottenham started to go into a serious decline. They had some very surprising results, including a loss to Norwich, which really was a very surprising result by its nature. They also were beaten 3-1 at home by Manchester United and 5-2 in the return of the North London derby against Arsenal. Yikes. This was despite the fact that they were 2-0 up at one point. Double yikes. And basically everything sort of fell away, and towards the end of the season it looked like they might not even finish in the top four. They did manage it, securing fourth position on the final day of the season. They finished with 69 points, just one behind Arsenal in the end. Of those 69 points, that's 7 better than they managed in the 2010-2011 season, and they actually did very well on the goal-scoring charts. They scored 11 more goals and conceded 5 less. So this was a much improved Spurs side. Obviously, Van der Vaart had a great second season. Adebayor seemed to be a great fit, and the fact that he is now staying at the club is certainly good news for them. You also had Luka Modric dictating stuff in the middle of the park very well. Scott Parker fit fantastically. Gareth Bale played some absolutely brilliant football. And Kyle Walker really stepped up as a good goalkeeper. And Brad Friedel was pretty good as well. So, fourth, they've got Champions League football coming up this year. Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. Chelsea winning the Champions League means that Chelsea go into the qualifying rounds instead of Spurs. And Spurs will have to make do with the Europa League again. Very disappointing, and it is a real kick in the teeth for Tottenham, but they did have a top 3 position looking pretty nailed on earlier in the year, and they managed to let that slip, and they have paid the price, and So is Harry Redknapp. He was shortly after the season was done, and he didn't get the England job, what with it going to Roy Hodgson and all. He was sacked. He was let go. He's not got a job at the moment. Andre Villas-Boas has been hired to try and lead them into the promised land of Champions League football for the season coming up after this next one. And it's a case of deja vu for Spurs in a way, with Luka Modric saying, "No, I definitely want to go this time." Funnily enough, it was AVB trying to get him to leave last time. Now we'll be trying to get him to stay, but realistically I think the Croatian will be gone soon. All in all, the mark for Tottenham, in a really weird season, they achieved a lot, but it doesn't feel like they have. But if you look at the pure figures of it, Spurs have improved, and there is room for improvement, particularly under AVB. I think he's got a fair bit to prove after what happened at Chelsea, and I think he might just be the man to do it. It'll be interesting to see what he can do with Redknapp's players. Overall mark for the season, I'm going to give Tottenham a B. It was a good season, but sadly they just fell short in a few areas, and it proved costly. Okay, that's all for today. Tomorrow, we've only got 3 teams left to do, and the first of those is West Brom, so make sure you tune in to see that one. Until then, bye-bye.